Welcome back for another book review. Office Cat is chilling over here. I don't know how long she's going to stay there, but for right now, that's her spot. So today we are talking about this book. This is the second book in a Bake Shop mystery series by Ellie Alexander. This is A Batter of Life and Death. So these books are so much fun. So as I've mentioned, you should read these in order. You don't necessarily have to, but like the story is building on itself very slowly. It's a slow burn back plot. Like every book has its main thing because it's a murder mystery book. So like the murder of every chapter is like the forefront, but then we just have random stuff in the background that are always popping up. And like, it's just a slow burn background thing. And so that is going to take several books to get there because again, I jumped in at book 17 and this is book 2. So in this one, we are still following Jules. Obviously she's our main character. And once again, she is caught up in a murder, but this time they actually had a line that really fit and I was really happy. They had mentioned briefly that the detective cop dude, Thomas, was like, "You're like Nancy Drew." And I'm like, that's exactly how I feel about these books. They're like Nancy Drew, but for adults. Because Nancy Drew is like kind of a kid series. And also, they're fun to read. I plan to read those next year. Because it's wild that that's almost 100 years ago at this point. And was probably written close to 100 years ago now. Like, it's just wild. But anyways, so that was kind of fun. But anyways, so in this one, Jules is dealing with a like bake show that's come to town. And they're going to be using her kitchen and the hotel one with Richard Lord, his kitchen, and then they're also using the theater, I think, for some filming. And so they have this show. She ends up being one of the contestants. Naturally, there's a murder, and the suspect, you never really know who it's gonna be. Once again, I still didn't see who it was coming, honestly. And this one, like, for the most part, I do love these books. The only thing is that Jules is like, I know she gets a little better by, again, book 17, but she's still like, and I cannot tell if it is the author who thinks these things, or if she's just really good at writing this particular character. Like, it's one of those where you genuinely cannot tell. Is it just the character and that's how the character would think, or is it how the author thinks? And it's like, it's how you know it's good writing, but still. Because like Jules gets on my nerves, and like it's not in a bad way, but it's just like random little things that like I have. This book in particular, I just paused a few times and I was like, wow, you're such a boomer. Wow, okay. Like just her attitude towards Stephanie in particular, again, is just like, oh my god. And just some of the other things, like, again, I cannot tell if this is just how the author feels and they're just writing it into a character, or if this is just how the character is supposed to be. But like this character, I swear, so, like it's not often, but just like there's, I don't know, maybe 10 sentences throughout the book that I'm just like, you're so annoying, stop. And then the rest of the book, she's fine. But again, her attitude towards Stephanie is like really on my nerves constantly. And I know it gets better by book 17. At this point, I'm probably gonna reread it when I get there, just to like refresh the brain, now having all of the backstory leading up there. But like, this is just, it's a good book. I just wish Jules was a little better, but other than that, like, I love this series. Like, it's so much fun to read through. These are super casual, easy reads. Like, I read this in like one sitting, basically. I'd read like 1 or 2 chapters and then sat down and finished the book. Which granted, I know is not a common thing to do. This is a lot of small print to just sit and read. But for me, these, despite being relatively big, go by really fast and they're really fun. And I love the getting to know what's gonna happen and what, who it's gonna be. And like, I love these cozy mysteries. They're just so chill. The only thing is that these ones do make you hungry because they're always talking about food. And it's like, I wanna try that, I want some, can I have some? I wanna try his coffee. But anyways, overall, these are really fun. I would love to know what your thoughts are on this one. As always, make sure to check out my books linked down below. I have a new one that just released. I will be talking about that later this week, I think. Sometime soon. I just published book 5, so links will be available at the blog too. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.